Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I just got off the phone with Nick Burafato from over at Link2, who is one of my sponsors. Links in the top of the description. Link2 got more Ripple equity shares yesterday, and he said the Ripple demand is the highest that he's ever seen. So it's on like Donkey Kong over at Link2. Now, my X account is still suspended and I am still being bombarded by cats. They are torturing me with videos and pictures of cats. Not that there's anything wrong with cats, but I don't want to see cats every time I log in. And I feel like it's the Chinese are behind the Digital Asset Investor infiltration and exile. You'll see that's a Chinese cat tweet. I feel like this woman back when X was under the prior management.
To go before you, Mr. Roth. So I'll ask again, did you shadow ban my account? Yes or no?
Again, not to the best of my recollection.
So the answer is, Mr. Roth, yes, you did. I found out last night from Twitter staff that you suppressed my account for this.
I'm not going to play any more of that because I don't want to get in trouble on other social media platforms. But I am going to play this. Stuart Alderati was apparently on a CNBC show.
U.S., unfortunately,
Squawk Box wouldn't put him on. That would give them too much attention. This would be more on one of their side shows so that it'll provide them cover and they can say, oh yeah, we did cover Ripple.
U.S., unfortunately, we have lost our way. And we've lost our way because we have politics and power being elevated over sound policy, meaning we have certain agencies who are fighting over who is going to get to control, from a regulatory perspective, the technology, rather than satisfy what is the right policy outcome, which I think the licensing framework that we see in it and the Monetary Authority of Singapore pursuing a proper policy outcome through a licensing framework. So right now, unfortunately, in the U.S., the issue of how to label a digital payment token properly, whether you label it as a utility token, a payment token, a security token, that's not left to a regulator in a rational regulatory framework. It's that issue is now being fought in the courts. And Ripple has been on the forefront of that fight with the Securities and Exchange Commission here in the U.S.
XRP is not a security.
We have been defending the issue of whether XRP, again, the digital token that we use in our tech stack to enable our customers to benefit from our products, whether that should be classified as a security or it should be classified as a commodity or a virtual currency. We won that issue. We won that issue on July 13th. So hence the sticker XRP is security, which I think gives XRP clarity in the U.S. And XRP as a digital token is now uniquely classified as a non-security in the U.S. But we don't think, even though we won in the courts, we don't think that these issues should be fought token by token, case by case, judge by judge. We think we need a rational regulatory framework. But to your question, although we have some policymakers in the U.S. trying to take the lead to come up with rational regulatory policy proposals, the chances of anything moving forward in this Congress or the next Congress doesn't seem very, I'm not very optimistic about it.
So look, John Deaton yesterday, I think it was, or was it may have been in my video today, I covered it. John Deaton was talking about how, look, legal clarity is not coming till 2025. And he just reiterated it and mentioned that they're working on, their lobbying and all of that. I have a feeling here that Ripple doesn't want to get any pressure like, hey, you guys are the only ones with regulatory clarity, and they want to at least look like they're helping out. But the fact, Jack, is that XRP is the only digital asset with legal clarity until 2025 minimum. It's just the way it is. Check this out. Breaking: Chinese real estate giant Country Garden has defaulted on its debt. New York Times. Boy, it looks like Snowball City in this economy. Look at this one. Hearing reports from multiple sources that several Japanese banks are frozen. That sounds like Ice 9. What? And now their clearing system is going down. What's going on? Japan's payments clearing system failure continues. Transactions nationwide impacted. JP Morgan's gone live with first collateral settlement for clients using blockchain. Where's JP Morgan's crypto lawsuit that ties them up for 3 years? I'm still waiting for it. And then we've got this. Check this out. The Digital Euro Association, who says our member Ripple has clinched 2 prestigious awards at Juniper Research's Future Digital Awards for FinTech and Payments 2023. The company's been honored with the Sustainability and FinTech Innovation of the Year and the CBDC Innovation Award. That's the Digital Euro Association. But then you also have the Digital Pound, and they are also in partnership with Ripple, and R3, if you remember, used to be in partnership with Ripple. In fact, R3 and Ripple got into a whole lawsuit over R3's XRP holdings. In fact, it was an option contract, which means that it was pre-allocated XRP to R3, okay? Option contracts are securities, by the way. We always talked on this channel about R3. We know R3 had an option contract. We know Greg Kidd had an option contract. That's 2 pre-allocated XRP. And I always wondered, well, if R3 and Greg Kidd had them, they couldn't possibly be the only individuals and only entities who would want to try to get some pre-allocated XRP, knowing of the promise of this thing, which is why we always talked about XRP pre-allocation. Well, let's get back to this. This is from R3. And by the way, the R3 lawsuit was eventually settled, undisclosed settlement, right? Secret settlement. Let's write that down. Secret settlement. And then everybody's probably going to think I'm referring to the Ripple SEC lawsuit, but it's still a thumbnail. And that XRP pre-allocation, everybody, the crypto police always love those kind of thumbnails. But the crypto police have been banished from my private group now, or they have to do it in secret. They have to be crypto police, crypto spy police in there, and that's fine. They're welcome. The consultation on the digital pound closed this summer. The Bank of England is now working on the design phase before a final decision. R3 chief economist spoke so Bank of England, who was a Ripple partner, I don't know if they still are, I think, is now working on the design phase before the final decision. Does anybody remember this clip from XRP Darren back in the day? This is Ryan Selkis interviewing the CTO of R3.
You still working with Ripple at all as a company? I know that there was some extracurricular activity that was working its way through the courts, but and it's since been resolved. But I'm curious if there's ongoing discussions, since one of their primary focus is on the interbank settlement component that you're also touching.
So, frankly, Ripple's probably the only topic I can't talk about. I just don't talk about it.
He sounds nervous.
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
And the genesis for this call, really, you're at least
okay. Now, as we go into the danger zone, and remember, folks, this is like members only jackets in the 80s. This is a special group. In fact, I haven't even mentioned it, but you would not even believe the response and the amount of people that have signed up in this group. I am so appreciative, and it has been wild. But guess what? What is it that I learned this from Mr. B? He told me, he said, no matter what you ever do, always under promise and over deliver. That's his thing, and that's what I'm doing here. I look. What people are getting in here, things that that I either can't talk about or I'm worried that I'll be censored about on YouTube. It's serving a dual purpose in that way, and so I'm having so much fun because I'm even able to play things in there that are, I can say, hey, I'm watching this movie right now, you should watch. I'm able to tell people things that are going on that I have never been able to tell, and show things I've never been able to show. It's a freeing experience. But you can go to DAIXRP.com, and we don't worry about the cancel culture in there. We talk corruption. We'll be called conspiracy theorists and all that stuff. Now, I am now leaving. We're saying goodbye. I need a theme song. We're saying goodbye to everybody on YouTube, and now we're going into the private group. Now, those of you in the group here, I've always had this theory, and it's a theory that, I forgot to mention. Wait, let me go back. I'm still talking to the YouTube crowd. There's one other thing that I wanted to say to you. We're also going to talk about the disappeared, the sleuth that disappeared from, I won't say the word, I'll spell it, E-T-H-G-A-T-E. The sleuth from that country over there that starts with a C, right? With Hinman ties. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the a guy that was connected to Hinman, and then the sleuth that disappeared that was talking about it is what I'm getting at. Okay, and this guy disappeared, but he was like dangerously directly over the target. Okay, now we're going to go and talk about my Uber story, folks. This is for you in the group. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that John McAfee said some crazy things, but he also said some things that were very interesting. Thanks for listening.